These are 7 marine-grade construction scams that boat manufacturers use to cut costs while charging premium prices for boats that won't last in the marine environment. According to the American Boat and Yacht Council, the term marine grade has become one of the most abused phrases in the boating industry, and understanding these deceptions could save you thousands of dollars and years of headaches. Here's something that will shock most boat buyers. There's no industry-recognized definition for marine-grade stainless steel, even though the phrase gets used everywhere. Industry experts who've been calling out this problem for decades confirm this disturbing reality. The phrase marine grade gets thrown around so loosely by manufacturers that it's become essentially meaningless as a quality indicator. Before we expose these 7 scams, I need to be upfront with you. This video is going to make some boat manufacturers very uncomfortable. My Coast Guard compliance videos have gone viral because I tell you what the industry doesn't want you to know. Today's different though. This isn't about government regulations. This is about manufacturers deliberately using inferior materials while charging you premium prices. If you want someone who will expose construction shortcuts, material scams, and warranty illusions that dealers will never tell you about, hit that subscribe button. I don't take manufacturer sponsorships. I don't do dealer partnerships. I just give you the truth about what's actually on your boat. New investigations every week, whether the industry likes it or not. The first scam involves stainless steel hardware that isn't actually suitable for marine environments. Not all stainless steel performs equally, and this is where manufacturers love to play games with your wallet. The best choice for marine applications is 316 stainless steel, which contains a crucial element called molybdenum. This element makes all the difference in saltwater resistance. Grade 316 stainless steel contains 16% chromium and up to 3% molybdenum, while the cheaper grade 304 lacks molybdenum entirely. Without molybdenum, 304 stainless remains prone to pitting and localized corrosion from the chloride solutions typical in saltwater environments. Here's where it gets really sneaky though. Many manufacturers will use 316 stainless steel for the visible parts, while using cheaper materials for the components you can't easily inspect. Take hose clamps, for example. Many stainless steel hose clamps have plated steel screws that will turn into rust blobs, causing the entire clamp to fail. When you're inspecting a boat, always test the screw portion of clamps with a small magnet. True 300 series stainless should be non-magnetic or nearly so. If that screw attracts your magnet, you're looking at a failure waiting to happen. The second major scam involves fake marine-grade plywood. Walk into any marine supply store and you'll see sheets of plywood stamped with official-looking certifications. But here's the dirty secret. A lamentable amount of plywood, no better than home center underlayment, gets advertised as meeting BS1088 standards, certified by Lloyd's Register of London. Unscrupulous suppliers are ready to sell this inferior material to bargain-hunting boat builders who think they're getting the real deal. Real marine plywood has specific requirements that separate it from regular construction plywood. It must have more plies than standard plywood, and critically, it cannot have any internal voids. The glue used is the same waterproof adhesive, but those voids are what kill regular plywood in marine applications. When water gets into voids, it creates pockets of rot that spread throughout the structure. U.S. marine-grade plywood must meet U.S. Product Standard PS1-74 and must be made from Douglas fir No. 1 or Western larch, with waterproof glue. But enforcement of these standards is inconsistent, creating opportunities for manufacturers to cut corners. One industry expert put it bluntly: prospective plywood boat builders wade into a thicket of unenforced standards, uneven quality, and outright fraud. The third scam involves inadequate structural wood in stringers and transoms, combined with deceptive finishing techniques. Many builders try to make it look like their stringers are properly glassed over, when all they've actually done is paint a heavy layer of gel coat on them. This creates a disaster waiting to happen. because gel coat excels at absorbing water. When gel coat absorbs water, the underlying plywood also absorbs water, swells up, and causes big cracks in the gel coat. This exposes even more wood to water penetration, creating a cascade of structural failure. There are countless older Sea Ray boats out there with rotting plywood stringers, a problem that manufacturers like Bayliner and Chaparral have also experienced when using the same materials. The problem compounds when builders use very little fiberglass, relying on the plywood itself for structural integrity. Often they won't properly seal the limber holes, resulting in quick rotting and delamination. The wood that's supposed to be providing strength becomes the weak point that destroys the entire structure. Scam number 4 involves balsa core construction that's designed to fail from day one. Balsa wood has an excellent strength-to-weight ratio, making it attractive for high-performance applications, but it's essentially a sponge when it comes in contact with water. As soon as you start poking holes in a balsa core sandwich for hardware installation, water intrusion becomes inevitable. Sea Ray used cores in their boats for many years, first for decks, then for hull sides, and finally for bottoms. Like most builders, they've had significant trouble with rotting cores. The problem is that all it takes is one improperly made screw hole to turn a boat bottom into mush. Core samples taken from the bottom of a large Sea Ray that had failed was only 3 years old, and it was one of several of that model that had met the same fate. Once water gets into balsa core, a phenomenon called hydraulic erosion takes place. The water moves through the balsa, carrying away the wood fibers and leaving behind a hollow shell that has no structural integrity. Modern coring materials like Cusa board or Divinycell closed-cell foam have solved most of these problems, because they don't absorb water and won't rot like balsa. The catch? These alternatives cost 2 to 3 times more than balsa, so guess which one cost-cutting manufacturers prefer? The 5th scam involves brass components labeled as bronze or marine grade. Bronze has been used aboard boats for centuries due to its natural resistance to corrosion, but brass and bronze can appear identical on the shelf and are sometimes labeled interchangeably, even in marine stores. The difference is critical. True bronze contains no zinc, while brass contains much more zinc. Naval brass, which sounds like it should be marine grade given the name, contains a whopping 39% zinc. Zinc readily gives up its electrons to copper, meaning a brass component on a boat may only last a few years before it corrodes to the point of failure. This dezinkification is a form of galvanic corrosion, where the zinc literally dissolves away, leaving behind a porous, weak structure. European manufacturers often have more relaxed standards for what constitutes bronze versus brass, making it essential to buy from trusted American-made brands when possible. Scam 6 involves improperly sealed deck hardware that's guaranteed to cause water intrusion. Beyond USCG safety requirements, the core material in decks can absorb water if the caulk used to seal deck fittings breaks down. Since very few boat builders properly isolate the core from fasteners, moisture will be absorbed and held in contact with metal components like a sponge. The best way to prevent water intrusion is to pot all through deck fittings by removing them, over-drilling the holes, sealing from below, filling with thickened epoxy, and then re-drilling for the fasteners. This is something all manufacturers should do during construction, but it's rarely seen because of the additional time and material costs involved. Many older boats weren't necessarily built incorrectly for their time, but they didn't have access to the good sealants we have today. Swim platform mounts, transducers, and trim tabs are the leading causes of water intrusion into boat structures. This water intrusion starts the delamination process and compromises the structural integrity of the entire vessel. The 7th and perhaps most insidious scam involves warranty illusions and limitations. Unlike cars, which may have bumper-to-bumper warranties for 4 or 5 years, virtually all boat manufacturers warranty only the hull for a specified number of years, despite having assembled the entire boat. Everything else, engines, electronics, hardware, upholstery, falls under separate warranties from different manufacturers. Here's where it gets really problematic. Latent defects. A latent defect is one that couldn't be discovered using ordinary and reasonable care during inspection. It's a hidden defect that only manifests after time and use. When a latent defect appears after the manufacturer's warranty expires, most marine insurance policies exclude coverage entirely. Companies like Sea Ray, when settling lawsuits related to construction defects, obtain non-disclosure agreements as part of the settlement terms. This is standard practice in corporate product liability cases, but it means that other boat owners never hear about widespread problems that could affect their boats too. The solution to avoiding these scams starts with education and verification. Always carry a small magnet when inspecting boats or buying hardware. Demand to see actual certifications for marine-grade materials, not just labels or claims. Research the specific core materials used in any boat you're considering, and don't accept vague answers about marine-grade anything. Most importantly, hire a qualified marine surveyor before purchasing any used boat. And don't skip the survey even on newer boats if you're buying from a manufacturer known for using questionable construction methods. The few $100s spent on a survey can save you tens of thousands in repairs down the road. The marine industry relies on buyers not understanding these technical details, but armed with this knowledge, you can make informed decisions that will keep you and your investment safe on the water. Here's what I want from you. Go inspect your boat right now and look for these 3 red flags. Magnetic stainless steel screws on hose clamps, soft spots in your deck that could be rotting balsa core, and brass fittings that are turning green from dezincification. Take photos and drop a comment telling me which scam you found on your boat. I'm genuinely curious how widespread these construction defects are. The most shocking discovery with photo proof gets pinned and featured in my next video. Also, if this opened your eyes to how manufacturers are cutting corners, subscribe because next week I'm breaking down the boat modifications that void your insurance coverage. Another thing dealers conveniently forget to mention. And if you haven't watched my Coast Guard boarding video or my illegal gear items video yet, those are packed with compliance information that could save you serious money and fines. Links in the description. Whether you're buying, building, or just discovering what garbage is actually on your boat, I want to hear your horror stories below.